Hello and thank you for tuning in. My name is Mark. I'm also known as Northeast Piper UK. And if you've tuned into this video, it's because you have decided to smoke a pipe. I've been smoking a pipe now pretty much every day for the last year. But originally I started 13 years ago, and we'll get into that in a little while. The main thing to think about is, what are the reasons that you want to smoke a pipe? Could it be that you wish to stop smoking cigarettes and you're looking at this as an alternative way of kicking the habit? For me, it was, I used to smoke cigars and the cigar prices were getting a little bit too steep, and I encountered somebody in a pub when I'd finished a cigar. He took it off as what was left, broke it up and put it in his pipe and finished it off, and I thought, what a really great idea. And that was really how I first started 14 years ago. But again, I didn't really take it up as a full-time hobby until a year ago. Could it be nostalgia? Your grandfather or your father smoked a pipe. All great reasons. But again, they do come with pitfalls, and I'll get into that again a little bit later as we go on. So I think the most important thing really is that if you are thinking about becoming a pipe smoker, is do what you're doing now. Do the research, look into it. Don't just dash out and go for it, because this can be quite a costly exercise if you do it wrong. So again, Google's a wonderful thing. Look online, check things out. YouTube has got a whole wealth of knowledge on where these things are concerned, and it helped me out immensely. It's how I got started in it last year, and it wasn't something that I intended to at the time. I just happened to be looking at a video about something else, and the guy at the time was smoking a pipe, and it made me remember that I used to enjoy the ones that I smoked, and for me I decided that I wanted to do it, and I've enjoyed it ever since. So do your research, look into it, seriously think, is it for you? So you've made that decision, it is something you wish to try. Okay, so one of the most important things is getting your first pipe. Don't dash out and spend £500 plus on a Dunhill top of the range pipe. You're just wasting your money. Just go out, if you can, to a local tobacconist's, because again, not only will it help you with the pipe, it'll help you with your first tobacco as well. Now, if you are lucky enough to have a local tobacconist's, pop in there. Chances are you'll come across what's known as a Missouri Meerschaum pipe. They come in different styles, different shapes. This one I think I picked up for about £7 in the tobacconist's. It's a little hardwood pipe. It's a great sized bowl, because if you're just going to be smoking small amounts to get used to it, it's just the right size. They come in different styles. They have this style as well, and they have what's my favourite, which is the Country Gentleman. Now the good thing about these pipes is, to start with, is that they don't have what's known as a ghosting issue, which means that if you smoke a strong tobacco in a pipe, chances are the residue of that smoke will still be in there when you go to smoke your next tobacco, so it'll come through again. So you're not getting the true effect of the tobacco that you're smoking, you're sort of getting the residue from the previous one, and it'll spoil the smoke, and again, you're not getting the right pleasure from it. So again, these are brilliant little start pipes, really cheap. I got myself some of these when I first started, because again, the first pipe that I ever got was bought for us because, like I said, I used it when I smoked my cigar, when I had the little stub left. I used to just pop it into a little cigar, like a little pipe like that, and I used to finish it off. So I've still got this pipe, and so again, it wasn't expensive. This was actually bought for us, so that was even better. But again, just go out, get yourself a little cheap corncob pipe, because these things are bulletproof. If you smash them, it doesn't matter because they're not mega expensive. So you've picked yourself up a nice cheap corncob pipe. So again, if you're lucky enough to be in a tobacconist's, speak to your tobacconist. Let him know what your tastes are. Now for me, because I'd been used to smoking cigars, he recommended Latakia, which is quite a strong smelling tobacco. It smells like burnt wood. So again, I loved it straight away because it had such a nice rich taste and it had the smell that I loved. So, but again, mention this to the tobacconist, because it's no good going in and getting something that you've seen on YouTube and it's not going to be for you. So getting back to the nostalgia thing about Dad or Grandad, chances are they're probably smoked such as Condor, Saint Bruno, or what else is what is known as an OTC or over-the-counter blend. Now, just because you love the smell of Grandad's pipe doesn't necessarily mean that you are really going to enjoy that tobacco, because not everybody's tastes are the same. So again, it might be just worth starting off on something light. If you want something flavoured, there are flavoured tobaccos out there. A lot of tobacconists tend to hold cherry tobaccos, things like that. Now again, if you're going down an aromatic route and you're going to get these topped tobaccos, you need to keep in mind that it can cause what is known as a tongue bite, which means that the moisture is building up into steam in the pipe, and then when you draw it in, it can burn your tongue. And it can be quite unpleasant sometimes. And again, because you're just going to be starting out as a new pipe smoker, you're going to be probably drawn quite hard and quickly on the pipe until you get your rhythm and you see how you go. Because again, this isn't a quick process. It's not something you're going to pick up overnight. And again, it can put you off if you get the wrong tobacco in the start. So it might be worth just trying with a straight Virginia. Maybe just get yourself an over-the-counter blend, something like Condor or Saint Bruno, Clan. There's so many out there for you to try. So, you've got yourself your tobacco and your pipe. Now again, there are so many ways of learning how to pack a pipe. You can look on YouTube, and the thing is, everybody has their own style. You are going to have pitfalls in the beginning. I mean, I've been smoking a year now, and even I still overpack a pipe and I've got to take it all back out and start again. So again, you can use some of the videos for guidance, but you will learn your own way of packing a pipe. Just start off small and easy to begin with, and then as you progress, you can go for it and find your own style. Again, one of the things that I would suggest is don't watch videos where people are showing you their tobacco cellars, because it will depress you. Because there's nothing worse than looking at somebody's video who's got a garage full of tobacco and you're opening your wallet and thinking, how would that? It's going to take time. Some of these guys have been doing this for years. I mean, I've only been doing this for a year and my cellar's pretty crap. But again, you're still going to be learning. Now, a lot of tobacconists or a lot of the shops online can do sample bags, so you can get yourself a nice 10 gram size, and some of them post for free if you spend over £50, and you can get a lot of sample bags for £50. Now the great thing is that you can try these. If you don't like them, then you haven't wasted £15 plus on a tin or a pouch on something that you don't enjoy. Now don't make the mistake that I did and throw it in the bin, because again, as you progress, your tastes might change, and something that you didn't like at the beginning of your experience you might enjoy later on, and it's vice versa. You might enjoy a tobacco at the beginning, and you might find 6 months, 7 months down the line you don't really like it. So again, if you like a tobacco, don't rush out and get yourself 10 tins of it, because in 6 months time, 7 months time, you might not enjoy that blend when you go back to it. Again, keep it. A lot of people have what they tend to call a monster mix jar, where they'll just throw the samples in and mix it all up, and obviously you do tend to find that you get a nice tobacco at the end of it. Again, sometimes you might get something that you don't enjoy, but if you mix a little bit of what you do enjoy in with it, it can bulk up your tobacco so it lasts longer, and again you can tend to get a nice steady smoke from it. Now pipes come in loads of different shapes and sizes. We've seen the corn cobs. You have pipes which can be referred to as sitters, which have the black bottom, which is one of my favourites. You've got such as the Falcon pipes, which are a good pipe, relatively cheap, and the good thing is that they have the interchangeable bowls. So again, you can get different bowls, different colours, different coloured stems. So again, it's up to yourself. I do quite like the Falcon, but I find them a bit fiddly when you first start to smoke them, because with them having a hole in the bottom, if you pack it too tight you can tend to block that hole and you have a bit of a chew on trying to get it going. I tend to get the round mesh filters and put it in the bottom. That helps me so that when I do pack it, it doesn't block the hole in the bottom and I'm still able to draw from it. So again, they aren't a bad little pipe. Now again, the bottom end of the market, you can get yourself cheap Mr. Brogg pipes, but the downside is they're made from pear wood, and like this one, which is relatively new, I have suffered a burnout. It's burnt the bowl. But again, I've got others in the range and they smoke fine. So it is potluck, but when you're first starting out, it's a good way of doing it. So again, it's about finding a pipe that suits you, whether it's a bulldog, a billiard, a bent apple. There's so many. Again, you tend to know what suits you better. Now if you're coming onto videos on YouTube, naturally you're going to be meeting presenters from all over the world, and unfortunately a lot of the tobaccos that they smoke won't be available in your country. Now this is another thing to be aware of, especially if you're living in the UK, because when you import stuff from America, if it's not labelled up correctly, chances are the customs will stop it and you could get charged quite heavily on it. Now the great thing is about the American blends is that they've just got so many to choose from. It's a minefield. I've bought some, haven't worked out, but again, don't throw them away, because if you get yourself onto Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, that type of thing, join some of the pipe communities on there, because there's always somebody who might be willing to do a trade with you. They might swap you the tobacco you don't like for one that you do like. So again, don't despair. Don't go mad and order loads in of something that you've never tried before. It's all about trial and error. The good thing about these groups and YouTube, the wonderful communities, very helpful, very patient. So again, if you have questions, you have issues, there's always somebody there who can help you out and point you in the right direction. The thing about this is it's a very enjoyable experience. I've been smoking now for just a year, so I still class myself as a newbie. So that's why I'm doing this as a sort of a newbie perspective. And again, it's such a relaxing and enjoyable experience. There's so much help out there. One thing to watch out for, again, I made this mistake. Don't always rely on Amazon to get things like pipes, because you might find that you can find the same pipe on a good tobacco site a lot cheaper. The thing with tobacconists is they do have a lot of competition and they do really good prices. Some pipes I've bought, I've paid £80–90, and I found it on a local UK pipe site for a fraction of the price. So again, don't always use Amazon as your go-to for pipes. Again, watch out on eBay, because a lot of people on there, they overprice. Sometimes you might not get what you're actually looking at. You might get something that's an open packet of tobacco, it might be dry and no good to smoke. So again, tend to stay away from there. The other thing about the tobacco that you're choosing as well is you've got to realise it's not just you that's smoking it. If you're going to be smoking in a household with others, it might be worth taking into consideration what they're like as well. For instance, my wife loves the smell of Latakia, so she doesn't mind. I've got a nice little cubby hole that I'll pop into from time to time. So I make sure that I'll only smoke that because I know it's pleasant to her. So another thing to think about is that you might want somewhere that you can go to enjoy your pipe. Because again, this isn't a 10-minute thing. You're going to be there for a while. So it could be a case of you might have a summer house, a porch on the back, or a garage. Just somewhere that you're going to be able to sit down and enjoy what you're doing. Don't go rushing in and say I'm the man of the house and I'll pay all the bills, and because it won't work, trust us. It's not just about being an enjoyable experience for you, it's going to be an enjoyable experience for other people as well. Because there'll be nothing worse than smoking some sort of shag tobacco that smells horrendous and you're just going to get told off every time you light up, and it'll just spoil the enjoyment for you. Again, when you first start smoking your pipe, like me, you'll go at it like a freight train. The things what will happen is that you'll overheat the bowl, you can damage the pipe, and again you'll get what's referred to as the tongue bite, and it turns unpleasant. As time will go on, it'll take you a while, you'll be experimenting a lot, but you will get your pace. Some tobaccos you can smoke quite strongly. But again, such as Virginias, some strong Virginias, it just might be a nice way to learn how to sip gently and take your time. It's not a race. This isn't something that you can do in a quick 15-minute tea break. You really want to give yourself about an hour to be able to sit down and really appreciate it. Again, different tobaccos have different nicotine hits. Some tobaccos you might smoke and you don't have any effect from it. Other tobaccos you might smoke, you might need a good few minutes break before you actually go back in the house to do whatever you want to do. So again, take it steady. You're going to get nicotine hits at the beginning. You're going to feel lightheaded. You're going to feel sick. So it's always a case of maybe having something sweet, some sugary tea or chocolate, something that you can eat afterwards to bring you back down. Again, I've been smoking for a year and I'll still get the odd smack from a tobacco from time to time. So as you go on, you will start developing what is known as PAD, Pipe Acquisition Disorder, and TAD, which is Tobacco Acquisition Disorder. Because like all things, you'll want to grow. You'll be looking at better pipes, you'll be looking at better tobaccos. And this is where you've got to be careful because your budget can come under fire. Don't go wild, don't go mad. It's just about keeping it short and simple. Again, upgrade your pipes as you go. We all see pipes and cupboardfuls of pipes and everything. But again, that's where the collector side comes in. And as you're starting off, it's about going easy. There's a lot of people out there who do trades on pipes. I've done it myself. I've bought a pipe that I thought that I would enjoy. Didn't really suit with me. So it could be that you could send it off to somebody else or do a trade and swap for a pipe that you might feel that is your shape, or you might be able to swap a pipe for some tobacco. It is like a swap shop. Somebody out there would like the pipe that you smoking, even though you don't. Don't throw them away. Don't bin tobacco. Hang on to it, because again, as time goes on, you might change your mind. Again, depending where you are, if you have a good tobacconist in the area, you might find a pipe club. Again, it's worth looking around. Speak to your tobacconist, because sometimes some tobacco shops have what's called a sample room in, where people might meet once in a while and get yourself along, and again, you can learn new experiences, new ideas, you can swap samples, try different things. So it's also another good way of getting involved and keeping it alive. I found in the last year of me smoking a pipe, I really did think that this was a dying art. But I think I'm wrong now, because watching YouTube and looking on such as the Facebook pages, there does seem to be a lot more new people coming into the community, and it is nice to see it grow. So again, it's keeping something alive. I think with rising tobacco prices as well, a lot of people I think now are starting to look towards pipes as opposed to cigarettes. As you start to grow your collection, you can look into idea of jarring your tobaccos, then look into things like cellaring your tobaccos. You've found a tobacco that you like and you want to get quite a few in. Again, if you pop on YouTube, there's a whole wealth of knowledge out there. There's people who do series on how to store your tobacco, how to cellar it, how to clean your pipes. Again, that's something that's important, is knowing how to keep them clean. Finding out sort of the instruments that you need to look after them, such as your pipe cleaners, pipe tools, learning how to clean out the bowls. Again, great information on YouTube. Even if you just Google it, you'll always find something out there that will help you on your way. You're not alone in this. It's all about enjoying it. But one of the main things that I could suggest is just take your time. Don't rush into it. Don't spend a lot of money. Take your time and you will be rewarded. Well, thank you for watching. I hope that this has helped you in some way. I've really enjoyed my journey on smoking a pipe. For me, I find it a very, very helpful way of getting rid of stress in my life. And yeah, I've met a lot of new people and really nice people. I've made contacts in different countries, and it's a very, very enjoyable thing. So thank you for stopping by. Again, if you are thinking of smoking a pipe, please put a comment below. I'll get back to you, and if I can't help you, I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there I might know who can. So enjoy, don't go silly. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.